Now in education matters, the FCT Education Secretariat has met with key stakeholders to deliberate on the conduct of the 2024-2025 Annual School Census. The meeting focused on strengthening data collection and improving planning in the education sector. Usman Katun Umar reports.
The meeting brought together education managers, school proprietors and data officers to chart a more effective approach for this year's annual school census across the FCT. Delivering the keynote address, the Mandate Secretary of the FCTA Education Secretariat, Dr. Alami Hayo, clarified that the school census exercise is not for taxation purposes but for proper educational planning. He appealed to school owners, especially those in the private sector, to provide accurate and complete data to ensure reliable outcomes.
Let me start with now National Association of Private Schools. Where are they? My friend, I get to understand from the speech of the either head of ICT or DPRS, you don't really participate. Why? Because of fear of taxation. I want to emphasize that taxation has no any relevance with the annual school census. It helps us to properly plan for the future of our youth. We need to know how many secondary school, how many children in primary school. If FCT has about 1 million children in primary schools, both public and private, it means in the next, that is primary one, it means in the next 12 years. So the FCT administration has to plan where it's going to accommodate this 1 million children in primary, because they are going to finish their secondary school in the next 12 years. So we need to plan.
Dr. Hayo also tasked the ICT units of the Department of Policy Planning, Research and Statistics to make its website functional and reflective of the massive transformation going on in the education sector following over 200 billion naira investments by the FCT Minister, Barrister Ezenwonye Somwike.
Across the 6 area councils, and nothing has been done in your website. In a situation whereby since when FCT was announced as capital territory, I doubt much if huge amount of money was spent to Education Secretariat like this time, and you didn't show anything in our website. Last year, 2024, almost 200 billion naira was spent on rehabilitation of many schools in FCT. Likewise, this year, almost 200 billion was budgeted to spend in education. When I say this 200 or almost 200, I'm not talking about recurrent expenditure, that is salary, allowances, training, feeding and other things. We're talking about capital projects.
The Mandate Secretary warned that all schools operating within the FCT must be registered and recognized by the administration to avoid misleading reports about substandard learning environment. Speaking earlier, the Director of Policy Planning, Research and Statistics, Mr. Abunike Joseph, described the annual school census as a critical tool for planning, regulation and sustainable development of education in the FCT.
It's not merely a data collection exercise. It is a fundamental pillar for effective educational planning, resource allocation, and policy formulation. The insights gleaned from this census directly impact the life of countless learners and educators, shaping the future of our educational landscape. We are here today to collaboratively ensure that this vital undertaking is conducted with utmost accuracy efficiency, and inclusivity.
In their goodwill messages, participants emphasized the importance of accurate data for planning, resource allocation, and effective monitoring of educational progress. Usman Katun Umar, ASO Television News.